Guys, it's Sarah, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A. So I recently hit 9,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Once I hit that, I posted a little Q&A type thing where I wanted you guys to ask me some questions and I would answer them on camera. So yeah, we're gonna answer those today. I did get some responses, so we're just gonna kind of go through them and see what you guys have answered. I haven't looked at them too much. I wanted it to be a little bit off the cuff. So yeah. So we're going to answer your burning questions. I'm sure you guys are just dying of anticipation. Okay, so I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to start with Facebook because I didn't have as many responses there. So we'll do those first and then we will go to Instagram. Okay, so from Facebook, what is your favorite historical fiction? My favorite historical fiction is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, hands down. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I want to reread it. It's phenomenal. Everybody loves it. Everybody talks about it. There's a reason. I'm one of those people. It was absolutely fantastic. Okay, and then the second one is from my friend Lori. What is the first fantasy novel in a series you think I might like? I am not one who reads a lot of fantasy. Oh, Lori. Okay, knowing you, I have to think about what you've read already, though, so I don't know. I'm going to try to give you a couple of things. If you were looking for a series, I think you would really like the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, because we are talking like awesome female characters and stories that you already kind of know. And you can see the influences there, but they're completely on their own as well. So I would, if you haven't read those, Lori, I would highly recommend those for you because I do think that you would like that. I would also recommend Vicious by V.E. Schwab to you. That's an adult book, but it very much feels superhero-ish. It is superhero-ish. And I think that you would like that because they're morally gray and neither one is really a hero. They're both kind of villains. So you're kind of stuck trying to figure out who you're supposed to be rooting for. And you do kind of pick a side, even though they're both really just not good people. But I think that you would like that. And I think that you would enjoy the humor that's in it. And I especially think book 2, there's a female character in there that shows up that I think that you would really like. So Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Those two I would recommend to you. If you read both of those, let me know and I'll figure something else out. Okay, so let's head over to Instagram now and let me grab the comments there. Okay, here we go. We'll start first. Okay, so first question is, do you work at a bookstore? Yes, I do. I work at Barnes & Noble. Second question is, how many hours do you read a day? That depends. It depends on how much time I have. If I'm not working, I really try to sneak in some reading big time. If I am working, I definitely don't have as much time to read because obviously I can't read at work, even though I'm surrounded by books. If only I could just sit and read when I'm not busy, but we're kind of always busy. So it just depends, really. I try to at least get in 30 minutes a day. And that's if I don't have a lot of time, I still try to sneak it in. I do really try my best to read every single day. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. It doesn't matter. So it really, really varies. I don't have an average. It's just kind of what I can when I can. Okay, next one is, do you still plan on trying to find a library job? Yes, I do. So I have my master's degree in library and information sciences, and I tried to apply. I applied for over a year at our local library system here and in the surrounding counties, and I could not even get an interview. It's really tough. It's really tough. They were posting job interviews or they were posting, openings and positions, and you could apply for them. And I applied, and I've been applying for more than a year and I can't even get an interview anywhere. So I don't know what's going on with that. But every time I mention it to someone locally, they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, interesting. So not sure if that's going to be happening for me here. So that's why I went and applied at Barnes & Noble and got hired right away. And I actually really love it there. I do. I love my job. But when we move from Virginia, I am planning to primarily look for a library job. wherever we go next. So yes, I do plan to still get a library job. Just don't think it's going to happen for me here, and that's fine. You know, we're most likely going to be here for another year anyway, so I'll just use this time to be in Barnes & Noble and to get that experience working around books. That might help me a little bit in my application process for a library. Okay, next one is, I know this is not book related, that's fine, but I was wondering if you will do scrapbook videos again. Oh man, okay. Not at this time. As of right now, I'm not planning to do scrapbook videos again. So for those of you who don't know, one of my other big passions is scrapbooking, and I've been a scrapbooker for a long time. And I had a YouTube channel. Well, it's still active. It's still there. I have another YouTube channel that's under my name, Sarah Swan. And I would do layouts over there. I would post like process videos where I'm making the layouts and I'm doing voiceovers, talking about what I'm doing. I would share my stuff and do all the things. And I did it for a few years, quite a few years actually. And then I just kind of got to a point where it started to feel like a chore, and I wasn't enjoying it quite as much. I just wasn't enjoying the process of making the videos and posting them and doing all the things. I was much more focused on my BookTube stuff, which I still is like really, really enjoyable for me. So that's why I stopped doing the scrapbooking ones, because it really felt like obligation versus fun, creative time, which is what scrapbooking is for me, is fun, creative time. And I'm definitely not scrapbooking as much as I was in the past, especially now that I'm working. So scrapbooking for me is still happening, but it's much, much, much more sporadic. I'm kind of like needing to wait until I'm in a creative mood to sit down and do things. And right now I'm feeling creative. I'm actually going to go and sit at my desk today and try to get a couple layouts done. But that is not happening as much as it used to. So, yeah. So as of right now, I don't have plans to go back to making scrapbooking videos at all, but I am still creating, and I'm still watching other scrapbookers on YouTube and getting inspiration from them. And I'm still in it, but it's just, I'm not sitting down as often very much at all. I mean, we're talking a couple times a month, maybe at this point. So yeah. Okay. Next one is, what do you enjoy doing when you aren't reading? Scrapbooking. Hey, look at that. Scrapbooking definitely is one. I also really I enjoy watching TV shows. I like getting just like lost in a series, and I'll have times where all I want to do is just sit and watch a TV show for a while, and that's fine. I actually watch TV shows while I scrapbook too, so that kind of helps sometimes. I'm still going on Supernatural right now, but yeah, I enjoy that. Spending time with my family for sure. Definitely. Yeah. So my other hobby is scrapbooking besides reading. Okay. So what's your favorite historical fiction book? Already answered that one, The Nightingale. Okay. What's your most anticipated book for the rest of the year? Ooh. For the rest of the year. So something that's not out already. Ashley Winstead's new book that's coming out in October. Midnight is the Darkest Hour, I believe is what it's called. It's her new thriller. I cannot wait to get my grabby hands on that book. Okay, what is your all-time favorite book? Harry Potter. Always. Harry Potter, the entire series. I love it. I always have. I always will. Harry Potter is hands down my favorite book. Anything of all time. As far as my favorite book in this series, I mean, they're all 5 stars. Let's be real. I kind of have a little section in the middle that are my favorites. So 3, 4, and 5 are my favorite books in the entire series. Yeah, I loved number 3. I really did. And then 4 and 5 are also fantastic. Yeah, so Harry Potter will never change. All right. So some chick named Lindsay is asking me questions. I don't know who that is. You all know Lindsay. Okay, so Lindsay asks, who is your favorite BookTube bestie? Nope. I love you all equally and without measure. I'm not falling for that one. And then she asked, when are you getting another dog? Oh my gosh. No, I'm just, we all want one so bad. And I'm the one holding back. I am, because, okay. So if you guys don't know, which most of you probably do by now, but our dog Riley passed away in 2021. Yeah, so it's been about a year and a half now since he passed away. He was young. He was only 4 years old. We only had him for 2 years. It was not enough time at all. It was very, I don't want to say it was very sudden, but he came down, he had liver disease, which we did not know when we adopted him. It was something that just kind of came about. And when the symptoms started happening, they happened really fast and we lost him. So, my heart still hurts and a part of it always will, but I literally don't feel emotionally ready for another dog yet. And it's been a year and a half and I just still can't. Like, that was hard. That was really, really hard. That was a hard loss for me, for sure. I mean, for everybody too, but like I had a really hard time with it and still do. So I'm the one holding back a little bit. I do know that when we do get another dog, we want to get puppies and we probably want to get 2 and kind of raise them together. So that's what we're thinking right now. And I think we're going to go the bulldog route, like a Frenchie and an English is what we're kind of thinking. Very possibly. Like, we haven't made any decisions or anything like that, but that's kind of like where our thought process is right now. So we'll see when that ends up happening, but we won't do it while we're here. I think we're going to wait until we move again. And maybe like not too long after we move and get settled, we may start thinking about that. But yeah, gosh, Lindsay, going for the heartstrings. Okay. Okay. Do you enjoy meeting your subscribers? Yes, Candace. Yes, I do, Candace. I enjoyed meeting you. So Candace and her husband were driving through on a vacation, and Candace and I have been friends for a few years now. And so we talk all the time. I think we started talking by buddy reading, I'm pretty positive. And then it just kind of stuck and we have been sharing our lives and doing all the things. And so when her and her husband were driving through, we were like, you are stopping, we are having lunch. And so I got together with her and her husband, and Josh came with me, and it was great. So yes, I enjoy meeting my subscribers. We need to do it again, Candace. I do enjoy meeting subscribers. I've met a few actually in my store, which is really always so surreal to me. I've had a few people like shopping at the store, and then they see me and they're like, are you on BookTube? I'm like, yes, I am. It's always so surreal, like just to meet people who watch my channel. So if you're one of those people, hi. But I've met a couple of you, and it's been awesome. Okay. Favorite local things you've seen since moving to Virginia? Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite local things. Well, DC, I mean, is amazing. We've done quite a few things in DC so far. I have a list of stuff I want to do before we leave here, and we're working slowly on that. But the Natural History Museum has been my favorite. That place is so incredible. The Holocaust Museum was really impactful and very emotional, and I was sobbing. The monuments we've done, and that is just really cool. It's surreal almost. Like, number one, how big the Washington Monument actually is. When you're standing right next to it, whoa, it's just mind-blowing. And then when you walk to the other end of it and you're at the Lincoln Memorial, number one, that place is just so cool. You could just sit there for an hour and just reminisce. It's really great. But when you sit on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and look out over the city, that view is spectacular. And I mean, really, you could just sit there. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to listen to anything. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a whole experience. It's really great. So that's been really cool. And I don't know. And other local stuff, I'm trying to think of stuff like actually in Virginia that we've done that has been really cool. I don't know. Some of the highlights have just been DC because it's the big city. But one thing that we did, which was over like late last year, we did the Forbidden Forest Harry Potter experience, which was really, really cool. That was up in Leesburg, and it's literally a forest that you walk through, and they have different things set up. Like there was a buckbeak there, and you actually walk up to him and he bows, and all that kind of stuff. They had like a wand dueling area and an area where you get your Patronus, and like all sorts of really, really cool stuff. It was really neat. So obviously that was like a limited time thing. They're not doing it anymore, but that was a really cool experience. So yeah, we're always just kind of on the lookout for really cool stuff. We're definitely looking out for shows and stuff like that we can do while we're here. So yeah, but we've done some good stuff. Okay. Next question is, when did you start reading? And if it was when you were a kid, what was your favorite childhood book and why? Okay, so I definitely started reading as a kid. My mom told me I've always been a reader. I remember when I started really making reading a habit was probably in 6th grade, I would say. Yeah, 6th grade. And it was the Sweet Valley Twins series that got me into reading. I wanted to read every single one. Every single one. And I don't know if I did or not, to be honest, but I did read Sweet Valley Twins, and then I got into Sweet Valley High when that was a thing. I don't remember if I made my way completely throughout the series or not. I really don't remember, but I remember loving them, and those are my favorite things ever. And then as far as like younger reading, Charlotte's Web is hands down my favorite children's book. I love that book still to this day. I think it's fantastic. So yeah. Okay, next question is, what's my favorite color? Blue is my favorite color. Any shade, really. Like, I kind of lean more towards the aqua, teal, like turquoise types, but I also love navy blue. So any type of shade of blue is what I really like. My favorite comfort food. Oh, okay. So I'll give you 2. So something I make at home and something if I'm at a restaurant and I need comfort. At home, I make this chicken and rice situation in my pressure cooker. So I have an electric pressure cooker. It's not an Instant Pot, but it's a different version of an Instant Pot, basically. But it's like 2 boxes of rice with their seasonings and chicken thighs and a can of cream of mushroom soup and some water. And it's so good. It's so good. And it's so easy. And I make it all the time. And that's just kind of my favorite. Like, I will fill a bowl of that and just, it's so comforting to me. And, I always make it if my husband's like going out of town or something, I'll make it because it makes a big batch of it. And then I just eat it while he's gone. So it's like my dinners all the time. But yeah, that's my favorite thing that I make. And then if I go out to a restaurant, usually it's burgers. I'm a big bacon cheeseburger lover. Burgers and fries, or a big bowl of pasta, either one. So depends on what I'm in the mood for, but usually burgers. Okay, so my favorite non-bookish hobby, I've already kind of covered that with scrapbooking, so that's my other one. Next question is, how is your job going? It's going good. Going really good. I'm really, really loving it. I just love, okay, so there's different aspects of my job. So I'm either on the floor as a bookseller where I'm mingling with people, I'm putting stuff away, I'm answering phones, I'm on the computer, I'm helping people find stuff, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm at the registers, or sometimes I'm at the cafe. Not very often. I'm usually, if I'm over there, I'm covering somebody's break, or they just need some backup and I can go and help and make some drinks or take some orders or something. That's not very often. But I'm one of the 3 places. My favorite place to be is on the floor. I just love interacting with people and helping them find what they need and giving suggestions if I need to. I love it when people come in and ask for recommendations. That is the most fun because I can really put my thinking cap on, and I've been able to recommend a bunch of books that I love to people. So yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. But it's going very well. I really do love my job. I really do. And I'm very lucky to be able to say that. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, this is the last question. We have the same birth date, month, and year. Happy birthday in October. Awesome. So in your mid-40s, do you feel any different? Mid-40s is right. Guys, I'm about to be 45 this year. Can you believe it? Do I feel any different? Yeah, I do actually. And it's not all bad. It's not all bad. But I'm hot a lot more. Like just my body temperature is definitely starting to rise. I'm not quite having hot flashes yet. Like I'm not to that point, I don't think, but I think I'm starting to get to a point where just my body temperature is consistently a little higher, and I'm like, I get hot more often. I'm not breaking out into sweats yet, but yeah, my husband has noticed that too. He's like, "You're getting hot a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Are you having those flashes?" I'm like, "No, not quite yet. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I have noticed for sure." But not everything's bad. I mean, I still feel great. I'm good. I'm healthy. Things are going well. So, yeah, so no, like 40s are great. Okay, guys, that is it for me today. Thank you to everybody who asked a question. I love getting questions from you guys and I love answering them. So all good, but maybe you know a little bit more about me now, possibly. I don't know. And yeah. And again, thank you to everybody who has taken the time to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and chooses to spend a little bit of their day with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.